This is Life for You, the first TV magazine in Second Life, with Kira Singh and Christoph Broom. Presented by
Die Medienexperten. www.diemedienexperten.de.
Hello everybody and welcome to Life for You. It's good to see you all again for another exciting edition of our program.
Here's what we have in store for you this week.
Second Life celebrates its 4th birthday. We have a report on the fantastic exhibits on SL's Birthday Islands, featuring the history, present, and future of SL. Philip Linden has lost his voice. We'll also take a look at Philip Linden's botched attempt to use his voice and his rather short appearance at the keynote stage last Saturday. 4 Days Idea Opening. How an innovative design company made the leap to Second Life, and why the customer is always king.
As I'm sure you all know, as of June 23rd, Second Life is 4 years old.
Second Life, which started its beta phase as Linden World in 2001, has indeed just celebrated its 4th birthday for a whole week.
And the party was huge. Concerts, exhibits, speeches, and even comedy acts. Linden Lab provided the space, and residents put it all together.
The theme this year? The past, present, and future of SL. Our staff reporter, Draxter Dupre, took a trip and filed this report.
At age 4, Second Life is going stronger than ever, with total residents swiftly moving towards 8 million, leaving the virtual competition in the dust. What a joyous occasion its birthday must be, right? Not always for a reporter. How am I supposed to squeeze facts about 4 years of history, 9 birthday sims stuffed with SL's past, present, and future, and 1 week full of exhibits and concerts into a report of under 10 minutes? About 400 volunteers worked on this thing. Seriously, I would have been lost in some dark sim-crossing ditch if it wasn't for the coordinators of the SL4B event, Signpost Marv Martin and Ariel Odafuku, who showed me around this vast place. When I met with director in charge of ideas, Signpost Marv Martin, I got a sense of history right away. Teleporting on the birthday sims was restricted.
There's no point-to-point teleportation in the event. You have to go to Telehouse, just to remind people of what it used to be like.
There actually used to be a 10 linden charge for every successful teleport in the olden days. Can you imagine?
We won't be charging people for teleports, so we're not going that far back.
Thank God, because travel expenses don't get reimbursed here at Life for You. We decided to take Signpost UFO to go back in time to the sim representing year 1 in SL, 2003. Hey, from this height and enough draw distance, I was able to make out the SL logo terraformed into the ground. Neat. At Zoe Airfield, pioneer builder QB Terra showcased some of his early creations. Clearly, the ingenuity of the residents is the motor behind SL's success. QB made airplanes long before the Linden scripting language enabled objects to be fitted with their own behavior. Around the corner is SL's first diner, more basic vehicles, and a Washington memorial built by one George Bush. That's SCH, by the way, as in Anheuser-Busch. What a journey back to when people built houses by hollowing out a cube and putting another prim on top as a roof. It was the days when being a furry simply meant wearing a tail. At this point, my tour guide offers up a look into his own collection of historical avatars.
Before they actually had an avatar mesh, avatars were made just completely out of print. When I started off in Second Life, I looked sort of like this. I tried to learn how to make hair myself, and I couldn't figure it out, so I gave up and made myself bald. This is sort of a progression of the original avatar to look more what I look now, growing a beard and long hair with it all tied back.
The more wacky experiments followed. The stranger, the better. Until finally, Signpost Marv turned himself into a
snowman. This is around about winter 2005. I basically made my avatar out of snow.
Coinciding with this 4th birthday is the advent of voice, already available in First Look. But Signpost points to another new feature in SL, sculpted prims, which enable the creation of objects with more organic shapes. Signpost says designing wings out of regular squares hasn't been exactly fun all these years.
227 spheres on each wing, so that's 454 altogether. It's a pain in the ass to render, where with Sculpey wings, 1 or 2 prims. Sculpey's bring Second Life more up to speed with other 3D environments that you see in modern computer games.
Like this amazing contribution to SL4B, for example. It would not have been possible just a few months back. Next was a brief meeting with Ariel Odafuku, who is the general events manager of SL4B. I had already tried the Telehopper and the monorail, so I used my skateboard to get to Ariel's favorite build, the amazing Dream House by Kalindra Talamasca. Ariel also mentioned the numerous artists exhibiting at the Arts Ghetto and the impressive Titanic replica as best picks in SL4B. As for my own personal favorites, I have to recommend the Confederation of Democratic Simulators exhibit. After all, the Dupre family owns a home in their Colonia Novasim. A glimpse into the future was available at the display of the open source group. According to project manager of Lib Second Life, Otaku Pope Newman, we might soon be seeing many virtual worlds interconnected, enabling avatars to move their content and themselves from one world to the next. Otaku Pope envisions a world
where you'll be able to go from your little private office, say running, for example, on your laptop, and then be able to go from there to a meeting somewhere else in the metaverse, running on maybe somebody else's laptop. And then, of course, your office synchronizes itself from the laptop to a more stable server running perhaps at Linden Labs facilities, perhaps at your own facilities, but definitely not there yet.
Moving at a brisk pace, though, and Linden Lab is putting some effort into helping developers with their recent Message Liberation project, which makes most SL Viewer updates optional. From now on, the underlying communication template will be independent from the rest of SL.
And what this translates into is that an application developed against a particular version of Second Life should, in theory, be able to work with other versions of Second Life.
And moving on to the next exhibit. At the House of SL Publishing, I met a Johannes Gutenberg of the virtual realm. Toneless Tomba shows me his ThinkPress, a tool for self-publishers who want to bring their works into SL. Pages are made by importing them as textures. But why would Tomba succeed with this invention when pretty much all ebook efforts have so far failed?
It doesn't disturb the immersive environment of Second Life. To read instructions, to browse through a catalog, you don't have to minimize your window and go to a website.
And Tomba has more in store to making your Second Life easier. An inventory organizer box.
You can do searching on the inventory that's inside the box. You can do search for creator. You can search by permissions. Also looking into the inventory sorter to get rid of duplicate items too.
I definitely want one of those. So much to see, so little pay to report on it all. But don't worry, we're not done yet. Coming up, Philip Linden can't get voice going, but we did. Stay tuned.
Thanks, Draxter. We're looking forward to hearing the next part of your story.
But first, here is more news in brief.
Presented by SL Info, the community in Second Life.